Hello everyone, I'm Jenna O'Malley, your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. My debut series is currently undergoing a rebrand, so get your copy of the current versions before they disappear on December 31st, 2022, and prepare for the revolution. 2 more series are in the works. I host sprints, interview creative minds, discuss fiction in 5-ish minutes, and many other things around the channel on YouTube at Jenna the Soul Writer. I'd like to give a huge thank you to Sam for including me as part of the Spooky Randomizers for October. I also do apologize for my delay with illness for getting out the short story to the first one. Check the box below for the links to Sam and the previous videos. In the first randomizer, I created this character sheet. Qua Ares is an undead skeleton who is tall and light in build. Happens to also be a necromancer. Kind of ironic, if you ask me. They have an idiotic hench person as their big problem to deal with, along with power fluxes. They tire out quickly. They can only do like one-shotty kind of things and they're done, basically. Also, this is going to be someone who has a medical and security guard background. They're fighting a classical horror icon, so this is kind of fan fiction-y. And it's a little late for Halloween, but who doesn't enjoy this kind of work anyway year-round, right? Take a guess who the classical horror icon is in the comments below, and whether or not you think that you'd like me to do these more often in general, whether it be just video essays, short stories, and so on. Of course, also don't forget to check those like and sub buttons, and let's rock it. Of course, take care of yourself. I know you're worth it. Fighting the King of Nightmares seemed like some kind of unfair bet. However, we skeleton minions don't trust the Lord of Death by dreams like we used to way back in the dark ages of old. When I was a human, I didn't fear death. Working in a coroner's office was my favorite job to push the demon of hell to his limits within the realm of the living. I'm not sadistic. I'm not masochistic. I just appreciate what the Dream Eater with claws for hands could do to some of his victims. Raising an army against him for the last time was going to be the first and last mistake I made as the head of his militia. I would not take the dreams of others, not after what I saw happens to the people. I mean, to their souls. I was one of those souls, trapped and unable to escape the cycle of his binging and purging across Dreamland. I would not be deterred from taking him down and unleashing the people trapped inside of his prisons and control. Bang! Boom! Crash! Zing! Well, at least I would, if this idiot would be more helpful. Henchmen were supposed to be beneficial to the cause, not a detriment. Sorry, boss. Don't call me that. And are you really? Fine, Qua Ares. Yes, I am sorry. I don't mean to be some type of klutz all the time. It's how I was killed. You know, we eternally take on the last emotion in our dreams. He smelled of hell and pus laden with the worms he probably cared for like pets. However, he was one of the best henchmen I could have hoped to have. Considering he kills us in our nightmares, I want to know what you were doing that you are sorry klutz. Falling down steps? Answers were never that simple. Not here. Not when we're all itching to get out and to go to war for the cause, to be free. Do we have information from the front? Are you seriously going to face the good old FK himself? They're backing out, aren't they? Well, boss, Qua Ares, some of them are. They remember what you did to them. They were here. That stuff doesn't leave us skeletons. Maybe that is part of our issue. We didn't receive the love we thought we deserved in real life. However, I cannot take things seriously with that look on your face. What other news do you have to bring me? How did you know? Oh! The note in my hand. Duh. Well, it is a notice for us to stop at all costs before we make you-know-who of night terrors and tacky shirts, appear and do the things you want to do to him. I just have to knock his hat off his head. That's all I have to do. What happens when you tire out first? One shot? I didn't intend on missing this time. Training with my namesake, the god Ares. It aided me in ways this night of horror and mayhem wouldn't expect. Power fluxes are a hitch. That's what happens when you die feeling in a mixed state of emotions. A curse you thought you might escape, and a death is here to remain. Hiya, Fred. Ready for me? Clutching my fist and clenching it harder, I leveled the spell in my hand with his head as he appeared. While it grazed his brow, his hat did tumble to the side. Lunging, I didn't wait. I would wear his low-profile crown. I would be the new emperor of sleep paralysis and other lesser demons. Before it could touch the top of my head, his claws slipped through the back end of my throat. They felt cold and cool as they slid from my muscles and set me free into the clutches of another human life. At long last, I would be the king of dreams, my dreams, reincarnated, and he thought he had won the war against me. The battle is over, but I am training anew for the next time we meet. Eating the feathers I had clutched from the brim of his hat that were in my hand, I swallowed them while moving through a new birth canal. My mind retained the memories of knowledge from a life before, as I screamed into a new, petulant, infantile body covered in the pus of womb-bearing. Long before I knew how to speak of this nightmare lord's defeat, I had planned how to tell it to the masses. So, who do you think it is? Comment below to find out. Thanks again to Sam and the crew for including me this month in both of the live streams. Don't forget to check them out in the box below. And above all, take care of yourself. I know you're worth it. Bye.